hostess with the mostest. It's been a minute since I've been on, but I was going to come on over the weekend, but I decided not to because I was too busy watching the energy, how it was flowing, and what was happening. Because things are getting a little crazy, isn't it? Some people are going crazy for cuckoo for Cocoa Pop. Let's just put it like this: there's so much stuff going on right now. A lot of people that are losing and snapping, they don't even have a bowl. They don't even have a spoon. They don't have the milk or their vegetable milk, whatever plant source milk to go with the cereal. It is just off the hook insane. So, with that being said, I want to talk to you about something about this snapping energy. It's a snapping energy I'm witnessing with people that I know, and I'm witnessing how they are literally losing their shit. They're losing it. They're losing their mindset. They're losing their centering. They are just losing themselves. So we're going to jump into our Mystic Monday, and I'm going to leave you here with some things to really think about, because I've been in this place of, wow, let me think about that. Wow, let me think about that. And I'm thinking about a lot of different things that are coming up in my mind. And I'm like, wow, when you state yourself as a divine being and you're sovereign and under the universal law, anything that is not divine cannot come into your field, and you command it so. That's exactly what you mean. Doesn't I command it so? Don't come at me with your entities and your low ball energy and your third dimensional, second dimensional, first dimensional self. Okay? It is not permitted under the universal law. Period. I command it so. So when you say that, you're putting it into action, putting it into alignment, it makes it so. So those of you that are still following me, thanks for your support. Those of you that have left the nest and you've gone on your way, journey well. Those of you that are AI and you have no idea if you are real or not, sorry to tell you, you're not real. You're just a bot. You're soulless being. You're not real. But those of you that are in it to win it, let's jump into it. So today we are in April 20th, the Gregorian calendar, but on our galactic calendar, we're still in the planetary manifestation, and we are still in this energy of yellow lunar human. And it is, I polarize in order to influence, stabilizing wisdom. I seal the process of free will with the lunar tone of challenge. I am guided by the power of flowering. The color is yellow. The earth is the planet. The heart chakra is in place, and the earth family core is here. We have a mystic void, and it really does feel like a mystic void, like we are in the middle of dimensional energy. When it comes together and we have the space in between, we're in that space in between. And this is where, with all the different planetary alignment things that are taking place, that have already went through their alignment, and then we still have some that are really going to be some point on energies on the 25th. So we have Uranus going into Gemini, and then we have, I think, the sun. Let me see, sun in Pluto. Okay, so that day is going to be one of those days that has a lot of potency. That's going to have some, like, ooh, wow, didn't see that coming. Oh, I'm making a decision. There's going to be a lot of that pressing forward. So in today's message, we have the evolutionary unfolding that we refer to as mind is an intermediate term or a medium of learning. So our rune today, let me pull up the rune. It's the one that looks like white, and the wind is starting to come up. So we're going to go over a couple things. Today is the protection symbol. That's on 111. So we're in this right here. So protection, siege of rushes, the L, control of emotions is at issue here. Let me tell you, there are some people that are snapping and losing their shit right now. And this rune is telling you how it's unfolding. Control of emotions is at issue here. During this time of transition, shifts in life course and accelerated self-change, it is important not to collapse yourself into your emotions, the highs as well as the lows. New opportunities and challenges are typical of this rune, and with them may come trespasses and unwanted influences. Isn't that the truth? So this Aziz serves as a mirror for the spiritual warrior, the ones whose battle is always with self. The warrior's protection is like the curved horns of an elk, or the warning rustles of a siege grass from both serves to keep open space around you. Remain mindful that timely right action and correct conduct are your only true protection. So our protection of self is knowing the truth of self. And one of the things you're going to have to really master, those of you that are the way showers, the priestesses, I'm the galactic light priestess of spiral light. One of the things you're really going to want to step into is staying true to yourself in your light and really honoring that and not letting anyone that gets hijacked in any way, shape, or form that comes at you to be destructive, to be cutting, even in the eyes of someone younger than you, trying to cut your energy down and what have you. Hello, lovely. Don't allow that energy into your space, okay? And I like how I just activate my shields. I just say my shields are activated, shields up, shields up, shields up, and I bring in that I'm not allowing anything into my space that is low vibrational. I command it so. And I leave it at that. And I watch what happens as people who act in that lower vibration literally start glitching. They start twitching. I'm not kidding. Those of you that are, you're dealing with people that get caught up in their emotions and doing crazy stuff, you will literally watch that person start glitching. Okay. So you'll see them start twitching. And basically, all I'm saying inside my mind, when there's an energy that's coming into my space, when this is needed, the protection is needed, I just literally start bringing up divine light all the way around me, 360 degrees. Let it start spinning. Now I'm going to turn it bright pink. And then engulf that energy of pink. And I bring it up. And I literally, like I said, I start watching this individual twitching, having issues. Didn't say a word. Just stood there in my hall and just watched the twitching. It's actually kind of funny. Like, are you glitching? So, and in this is the plant Angelica. Angelica is a powerful plant, as well as hyssop. If you don't have an angelica root, you can also use hyssop and use that as a form of protection, because as we're moving forward, we have all these different stargates and portals that have been activated, things that you might be seeing as shadows passing through, those type of things. It's all because it's all dimensional. Everything is collapsing like in a tortoise. It's collapsing inwards, going inwards in this way. So you're going to see mirroring effects of energy. Now, pay attention to the messages that I've been just kind of sitting with and going, whoa, that's kind of interesting. So I've been asking questions. You know, I have these conversations with the divine, and I just ask questions. I have conversations. So here it is. So we already had the alignment with Mercury, Mars, and Saturn. Okay. Then Japan had a 7.4 earthquake, okay, the other day. And they're on tsunami watch. Okay, so I'm like, okay. So I'm paying attention. And I kept hearing for 2 days the dams around in the California area are being watched. Okay, because of possibility of them, I don't know, having a little bit of assistance to release on their, with an assist. Okay, we'll put it that way. This is what the vision was showing me. Because lately, and I pay attention to certain wordings that come up in the timeline energy to kind of still track these timelines. Now, pay attention to what I'm about to say to you. Wherever you're living, you need access to the codes in that area so you can override them and run a true line of energy in the grid lines. Now, this is no going against any other grid line worker, ley line worker, or what, but you have to have access to those codes wherever you're living at. Because once you get access to those codes, it makes it easier for you to maneuver around to do what you need to do. Yeah, your light just went on, didn't it? Yeah. So those of you that are like, gosh, you know, I'm trying to get ahead, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, access the codes where you are. And then where you're trying to go, get those codes and ask for them. Now you're probably saying, oh, Felicia, you try to make it sound so easy, but I can't get it. No, you can. This is the time to get them. When they're doing all this shenanigan, this is the time to be ghosting. This is the time to go in into that deep self and get those ancient tap-ins and activate within those codes. All of us have imprinted codes everywhere where we have been and where we have lived before. We have left breadcrumbs in those places to activate them. Okay? All you got to do is just ask and tap in and trust the information that you're getting. When you sit within your true light self and your divineness and you're in your higher light self and you're connected into that, and you know your connection is divine and connected into source, you're not in the artificial. You're going above the artificial light. You're going above the artificial net. You command and can tell that artificial light, it doesn't, you're overriding it because it doesn't speak truth. If you're artificial light and you ask the question, is this truth, and it gets quiet, you override and say, you're not speaking truth. You're not divine. Goodbye. I command it so. You got to get used to overriding the artificial system. Because if you can do it on a laptop and a cell phone, and you can hit that button I command, and you can go in and talk to AI and say, oh, wait a minute, I didn't send out the right information of what I wanted to say to get the information that I needed. Let me reword it. This is no different. You got to remember, we're in this game. It's how you play it, is where you win. And you always want to make it where they don't see you coming. All right? That's what you want to be in the position of. Now, they kept saying California has been an island before. Long ago, it was an island before. So, is it too far-fetched to say when they kept saying, oh, the big one's coming, the earthquake, they kept trying to, but everyone's mind is like, I'm not concentrating on that. Now they're saying that it was an island before to get a different energy feed. You see what I'm saying? Everything right now is about how we think, where we are, do we trust ourselves, and what we believe in. And if we're going forward in doubt and in confusion, we're easy to mislead onto an artificial timeline that's not real for you. Okay? So I kept saying, oh, well, that would be interesting if they tried to do that and try to make it an island again. Is that going to be part of the so-called reset? How about this? When we talk about reset, our bodies are being reset. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to that are having walking problems, knee problems, ankles, all kind of out of nowhere. They're like, just don't understand what the hell's going on. So I asked a question about that. And I said, Spirit, what's going on with that? Well, you see, when you leave from a denser energy and you're coming out of that sleep, your body has to get used to it, a higher frequency, and walking again in a different frequency. And then I was shown, if you're laying in a tube, okay, and then like in the movie Aliens, when they were all in their sleeping tubes, okay, they're all, in their tubes, and then when the light things come on and the computer raises up the thing and they all have to come out of that state of sleeping, right? Okay, so now they're going to come out of that state of sleeping. And then when they come out of it, they're got to move again. They're moving really slow. Some of them are throwing up. Some of them are feeling like crap. Some of them got to get used to moving their bodies again and get in the function of that. Same thing when you're moving into those higher frequency. And remember, don't get caught in just 5. Okay, because that's still all the manipulation stuff. You're going to tell yourself you have access to higher dimensions because you are a multi-dimensional being. There are many dimensions of you on other dimensions, and you are going to connect with those other dimensional selves. Okay? So don't just get caught up on 5. That's the control factor. This is how quantum happens, because it's other dimensional parts of you in those timelines that you can tap into that brings in that higher frequency into your coding so that you can initiate yourself and move forward. But here's the deal. You've got to trust yourself. Hi, lovely. You got to trust yourself. If you're not trusting yourself and you're doubting yourself because you're getting too caught up with the third dimensional world of what's going on, it lowers your frequency. Now you're caught up in the mundane. Don't get caught up in the freaking mundane. Okay? So that's the one thing I was shown. And they showed me the whole thing. Coming out of the tube, you got to learn how to walk again. I remember last month, I woke up once and I was like walking and I said, my God, my legs feel like they're not my legs. I feel like I'm just learning how to walk again or something. And it's almost like coming out of a stasis of a frequency. Now, there's going to be a time, and believe more than likely it's going to happen this year, where we lose gravity. Okay, because everything is shifting. Now, I'm trying to look at this as the earth as a circular globe thing, but I can't see it as that. I see it as a disc, like a mushroom shape. And that mushroom hub is the so-called firmament, okay, which is slowly being changed. But I see how it lays like this, and this is here, and then whatever's around us here has been here this whole time, these other places. And when you go to these other places, that's a different higher timeline, because in order to go to those other places, you have to be in the frequency to go there. That's why in dream world, when we go to sleep at night now, we're going to different places that's like, whoa, vibrant colors, almost like having some fun where you're going like meeting different people and you're like, whoa, what's going on? You're helping somebody, you're at a party, you're at some kind of function, doing something. And then when you start coming back to this hub, all of a sudden it's like when you come back into it, you remember just vaguely what it was. And then you settle in and you're back here. Okay? That everything. This is where the snapping's going to come in. This week, the snapping's going to get more severe. Okay? So then I asked a question about IVF. When you can't get pregnant and you're having problems with that. And then I heard very clearly, do you really think that most people who are trying to get that are really carrying human babies? And then it was like flash, shown, splicing, flash, shift over, shown, implanting, saw the beings, and I was like, oh shit. and then it was like, that's also an illusion to kind of keep surviving. So when this comes out and it's like, okay, you can't have babies anymore, you're going to go to a clinic to help you get pregnant. Yeah. Is that human you carrying? Or is it a hybrid? So anyway, and the reason why I bring this up, because as light workers, when we're out doing our work and really trying to stay on top of the light of truth, you have to be able to read that energy. You have to be able to know if you're standing in truth. If you see truth, and you can always, I command to see truth in the most highest divine light. Let the divine light reveal the truth now. Activate it. And then watch and see what happens. If you start seeing glitching, if you start all of a sudden it shuts down, all of a sudden you get super quiet around you and you don't know why. Okay? That tap in. So the truth light that we're surging into is going to get stronger and stronger, but it's getting stronger within you. Okay? To break through the illusion. That's why they keep trying to keep everything down. It's not, they can't mask that sun out. I don't care what they do. That sun is revving up and getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And they're not going to have the tools to bump into that. So when those codes come in, this is why drinking the codes now is important. So as soon as you see that sun come up, get yourself a blue glass, put your water in it, and set it in the sunlight, charge it up, and then drink it. And watch how your body starts feeling. A lot of your ancient elders talk about that in Ho'oponopono, doing that. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. How powerful that is to just say that energy and it starts clearing things out. That's artificial. Okay. Um, and then the last thing I want to talk about is when there was mentions of the draft. They're going to draft people. They're going to draft so many men. So I hate to say this, but I kind of chuckled. I said, oh yeah, that ought to go over really well. And I immediately flashed to the movie Starship Troopers. And then I came back to reality check here. And I said, that's going to be funny. You mean to tell me you're going to try to draft these guys who like to paint their fingernails and all that stuff to go in and do all that? First of all, these particular men that are going to get drafted, they're not connected to their warriorship. Second of all, they're not ready to go in and fight what they think they're going to be fighting. They think they're going to be fighting other human beings. That's not going to be happening. They're not going to be prepared for what they're going to see. That's been living amongst us. They're going to get the shock of their lives. And they're not going to be able to fight. They're going to be food. Because I'm sorry, how are you going to train them? Shouldn't you be trying to train them? And I'm stuck on something. Why would you try to do that anyway if you're just trying to, I don't know, reduce things here on the planet? You see what I'm saying? So this is going to be a very interesting timeline to get across this week. And how it unfolds is actually how we hold the light. I know you're tired. I know you're done. I know you're saying, fuck this shit. I'm over it. I want a refund. Never coming back here. We've all said it. We're at the home stretch right now. We can't drop the ball. Because if we drop the ball, then it'll be all for nothing. So, we're in it to win it. We've already won. We just have to lock it in and anchor it so it can't come undone in any way, shape, or form. We got to really mean it this time. We have to remember who we are. Like there's no tomorrow. Today's the day. You wake up and you remember who the fuck you are. And you step fully into it. Every time when we deny ourselves something, we deny who we are. Every single time when you cut yourself down, you deny who you are. Every single time when you get caught up in your addictions of alcohol and drugs, you deny who you are. Every single time. You put it back to sleep. And this is not that time. So, with that being said, there was a train derailment early in the morning in Roseville. I said, are they practicing? Wondering. Because I heard it. I heard that. I think it was right before midnight came in because I heard this huge calamity crashing sound. And I was like, wow, that didn't sound good at all. And then I see the thing, Roseville trains were derailed, but there was no harmful chemicals on board, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, should we trust that? Or are we going to wait until later to hear, oh, well, there was something on board? You can't trust them. Can't trust what they say. We have to stay divine in our light and hold that. And that's by remembering who you are. So, let's take a look at some codes and some medicine to get through this week, because I come on my Mondays, maybe on a Wednesday. I have no idea yet. I just kind of keep moving with the flow of the energy. So we are looking at, we are the symbol today. Okay. All right. Let's look at some medicine. We're going to do a medicine card and a portal and some frequency cards. And these cards flip me out. This I pulled a card on myself for new moon. OMG. I was like, shut up. Just so good. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's look at some medicine here. Let's step into it. Remember, stay in with your sounds, your medicines. So, Earth Warriors, Shabam, they wanted to come out and give a message today. And when they come out and give a message, they do not give messages lightly. So this, when the Earth Warriors speak, this is medicine. So let's see what needs to be said. We're going to pull that one card. And when there's been arguments or disagreements, make sure you smudge right after that energy. Okay? Don't let it stay there and fester, because it's just an energy that'll be used for other things to just hang out there. Those lower beings, those archon energies, I call them, or maboyas. We don't want that. Okay? Not welcome. All right, medicine of the day. What would that be, Creator? Okay, I'm going to take the book out. We're going to look at our gateway. Yeah, I've just been kind of to the self, resting, not getting involved in nonsense. Just kind of being to myself. Drawing a lot. Working with some codes. Having conversations with the divine. A lot of conversations with the divine. And I get my info. When you're quiet, that's when you get it. When you feel sleepy and you're tired and you go to bed, that's when you're really getting information and you're calibrating this energy that's coming in. A lot of people are trying to be go, 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 go. And sometimes you just got to sit down. Okay, we're going to do the butterfly codes. We're actually going to do this. 2 of those. So welcome on in. And I don't know about some of you, but I am really seeing through a lot of people on YouTube. People that I thought had it together, that were really, oh, they're good, they're talking good things for the people, and then I start seeing glitching stuff. And I'm like, oh, nope, yup. I'm like, oh, you're not good. Gotta unsubscribe now. You've been infiltrated. You can see who's been infiltrated real easy now. So you'll see this week, after we get through this hub, when the energy really hits its peak, it's going to hit on the 24th. and then it's going to really spike up on the 27th, hits the highest, and then it's going to slam back down. This is what I mean by it's going to be a snap. It's not just the 25th. No, it's going to go up, coming in higher on that 24th, and then it's going to be a snap. So, and we're all going to feel that. And the ones that feel it, you're going to feel like you got detached from something. Like something got detached from you. And you're going to feel this that moment. Okay? You're going to feel it. Whole side of my head is buzzing. Oh yeah, we're going to feel it. Sweet paradox, empowering grace. Oh, I love that. And the gateway, karmic board clearing. Oh, okay. So here's the medicine. We have, I want to say quintet, sweet paradox, empowering grace. And it has the hummingbird. I love hummingbirds. Hummingbird medicine. They're the fastest birds creatures on the planet. Their wings move in per seconds. How they are able to just hold their spacing. Let's read what the message is. Number 28, there's that 10. Yep, right on target. Okay. When the mind says no, but the heart leaps with joy, we are right of the transmission of empowering grace. The sweet paradox is that the more impossible the situation appears to be, the more we are supported through grace, and our divine success manifests, swift and complete. Let the faith of the heart overcome doubt. Allow your mind to be filled with wonder at the unlimited power of divine, and you shall bear witness to the sacred manifestation. Yes. Are we or are we not in this? Can't make this up. Hello. Divinely medicine is showing that. So the hummingbird brings you medicine. You have a high spiritual destiny, one that is going to triumph against apparent insurmountable odds stacked against you. The hummingbirds have the highest metallic rate of any animal on earth, with their heart capable of beating at over 1,000 beats per minute. Imagine that. The beauty of a hummingbird, how fast their heart beats. That's why we're so enchanted by them. That's why we love them so much. I don't know anybody who does not love a hummingbird. And part of the healing with this, it says, rest quietly and be aware of your heart as you place your hand there lightly. Placing your hand on your heart. Okay, you guys, let's do this real quick. Let's do this medicine. Okay, so we're going into the medicine of the heart of the hummingbird in itself. Okay. Say it out loud. I call upon the sacred testimonies of all perfect ones who have laid down their blood for the very purpose of which I have been born. I bear witness to their sacred testimony of love in the spiritual realms as they call out for the cleansing of my bloodline. No impediments can stand against my divine fulfillment. So allow your heart to feel into the peacefulness and asking for that divine forgiveness for my own transgressions and for the transgressions within my ancestral line from the beginning of time. I open my heart with genuine remorse for all violations against love that I have and my ancestors have ever made. And here it says, relax and connect to your heart, and then continue by saying, pure blood of the self of the Sacred Heart has already been shed for our souls. The spiritual blood of unconditional love beating in the living sacred heart, washes through my own heart and bloodlines now, back to the beginning of time. So this is where I like to say in that part, back to the beginning of time, Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. And see that energy of the words that you have just spoken moving outward, expanding into timelessness, because the portal card that we got that matches with this, can't make this stuff up. Okay, are you ready? Karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewriting the story, live your truth. Bam! Can't make this stuff up. That was the second card to pull from the Gateway activation card set. That's in divine alignment with the medicine card. So doing that, releasing and letting it go brings this into fruition. When we get this into fruition, because a lot of us don't realize you might be just in karmic energy of walking your mother and your father's stuff and not knowing. Let me tell you, my working in with the galactic spiral light and working that with people, a lot of times things that's happening to an individual is happening because they got something from their mother and their father when they're in the womb, and they're walking with it, and they are living the karma of the mother and father. Not theirs, not the child's, but the child is living the mother and father's karma right now. So if you don't know you're living that and you're wondering why your life has just never evolved, it has to come to a point where you realize that and you say, oh shit, am I living my mom and my dad's stuff and don't realize it? And I've been struggling this whole time. And this is when you say the sacred words of your divine Heka, and you say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. But I no longer am carrying your karmic energy. I call forth the divine light of love, of all its divineness and source, to now clear these karmic cords from me. I do not desire to carry these karmic cords anymore of my mother and my father, of my grandmother, of my grandfather, of all ancestors. I ask now, lay it all to rest and let's begin anew. And with that breath, taking in that breath, and releasing it, you'll feel this energy release and the snapping and that release coming off of you. That's a powerful release. And how do I know that this is in sync? From my own cards, the higher self cards I designed, and then my other cards with the butterflies I designed. So I get from the butterfly one, divine freedom. We activate the 333. Divine freedom, activate the 333. And receive that. Breathe that in. And then, what did I say earlier as I started off and I raised it up to you? The water spiral light, moving into the water, a spiral, bringing that spiral into your water. And then stepping into the higher self, we move into increase the intuition 35986. 35986, increase the intuition. Because once you increase that and you stay in it, and what did I say? that this was going to move us into? New beginning, new start. There you go. Right in there. One of the things all of you will notice as we move through this hub, because everything's being set up to get to that plateau energy of that light that's going to crack the ethers and get rid of anything that is non-divine. That is coming into play. And here's the thing. Don't go stressing yourself out saying, oh God, I got to detox. Oh God, I don't have all the money to do this. I don't have. Pivot! Water is your medicine. When you take your water and you sit with it and you tell it what to do, it has its own intelligence. It knows what to do. It becomes your medicine. And that's what's wrong. We have gotten away for our divineness connection to know that we can do that. You don't need no permission to go sit with your water and drink it and bless it up before you have it. Not even blessing it up, commanding it to bring forth the codes of what's lying in the water. Just by speaking to it. I did a whole teaching a couple days ago in my private group about how I got into that water thing. I didn't know nothing about it in nursing. Oh, just drink water, stay hydrated, 8 glasses of water a day. You know, there's so much more to that when you go through an illness and you're being taught how to really call in the spirit of water to empower it to do what you need it to do. Number one thing in Spiral Light training to become an excellent practitioner, every one of my practitioners have got to learn how to talk to the water, send a code into it, and have it do what it needs to be done with that client. That's the number one thing. Everything else is just a little knowledge, a little icing here and there. I need to see that you can do that. Because one of the most powerful things of that is breaking past your belief that you can do it. Once you break past that and you can do it, you got it. Then the rest of the medicine that comes in flows like that. It's like an initiation process. Can you trust yourself enough to know that you can tell the water to do what you need it to do, to give the results that you're looking for with a client? Can you trust yourself? Because if you can trust yourself in that moment to do it and not be mechanical, okay, let me do A, B, C, D, E. It's not that. You got to step into it. You become one with it because it's already there within you. You just have to tap into it. And let me tell you, when I see one of my practitioners that's a student and they get it, when I get off the phone with them, I'm in tears. Because I'm sitting here saying, oh my God, I just taught somebody else how to do it. I teach them how to connect to waters around the world and pull those frequencies. They're accessible. It's at our fingertips. We command it. We stand in it. And there's nothing anybody else can do about it because it's all around us. You can't price that. You can't control that. We ask for it. We pull it in. We We make the medicine. And that's what's motherfucking coming right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I digress. I said words that were inappropriate. I don't know. I'm just gotten really super passionate about what I just said. So, no. But that's what it is. And when you take that and you're able to teach someone, it goes into everything else in their lives. Because if you can talk to water, you can talk to anything else. Let the games begin. Didn't see that coming, did you? So, with that being said, lovelies, just get yourself, stay hydrated, pay attention to your body, because we are in this energy. You're welcome. And it's intense. And yes, it's almost like coming out of some kind of stasis. And we got to learn how to walk in higher vibrations. Keep your fascia in check. Stay hydrated in a good way. Move your freaking body. I don't care if you just have to stand on your grounding mat and you just go, okay, today I'm just going to spin my hips in a circle. Okay, I'm going to go opposite way. Okay, I'm going to shake it out. Okay. All right, let me leave you with a little bit of sound and a little inspiration. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Let's drop it down to the root, to the root, to the root, to the root, root. Up, 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 up to the crown. And breathe it out. That's what I'm talking about. Can you feel it? Yeah. So I'm so happy I got your light on, got you going, got you feeling good, got some energy and love going for you. You know, when you come here, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to say it like it is, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Put likes on the video so that the video will be seen by others, because, like I said, they don't like this stuff getting out. They don't want that getting out. But I feel it should go out. So we're just going to override the system. That's how that's going to be. We're not dealing with all the fake AI stuff. But just know, lovelies, it's going to come a time where I'm just going to be doing a lot of my own work within Signal. And then, like I am doing, where I do a lot of my teachings over there. There's no interference. Love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Because what does it matter? Whether I teach a small group or a big group. The small ones are like this because each person will take it out to more and more people. That's what I like about it. All right, and with that being said, lovelies, be good to yourself. Much love to each and every one. And stay true, stay in your light. And just know we're going to ride through this energy in the 25th, 24th, 25th, and then we got that spike. And by Sunday, it's going to go boom, boom. Okay? Got to get past Sunday. All right? All right. Much love to all of you. I'll talk to you soon. Be so light. Bye.